Uh, well, thank you for coming and spending a bit of today with us. Uh, if we've not met before, my name's Will. I'm one third of the communications team at Salisbury Diocese, and I am the digital engagement officer. So yeah, a lot of my job's around vision and communicating that online, and also resourcing people and helping people to do that in their communities. Alana, who are you?
I'm Alana, and I'm the communications and events officer. Um, so I cover the mailings that I'm sure you've all seen. So Grapevine, Working Together, Financial Times, social media bits, and then a lot of our internal communications as well.
Great. Hi, Rebecca. Um, yeah, great. Well, what we thought we'd do this morning is run through a few Canva bits because that's what we said we would. Um, but what we'd love to do is to really, if you have specific questions which you'd like us to answer, let us know. The great thing when we're a slightly smaller group is that we can do that a little bit more freely and have a bit more of that conversation. So if you have any specific questions or things you'd like to know, drop them in the chat or ask them and we will address them. Really, the aim for this is just to help you to understand some of what this bit of software is, which I think is great. I think Alana does too, and I do genuinely think it's one of the best resources for churches in terms of design and social media, and even sort of printing stuff, which is out there and has come out in the last 4 or 5 years. If you joined us last year when we did this, some of this might be a repeat. But yes, feel free to ask questions. Okay, no, no worries, Zoe. That's fine. Alana, she's just disappeared. There you are. I thought she left me for a moment. I was
I was
going to
just
make me move
shouting
all
at my
around.
dad to not disrupt me.
Great. Um, before we before we go through this bit, just wanted to remind you of a church near you. Hopefully, some of you have seen it before. Um, and what that looks like. Let me just share this with you, and then you can see. Hang on, bear with me one moment. Um, a church, hopefully that's popping up, and hopefully you can see that. A church near you is a Church of England's sort of online resource for churches to be seen in their local communities, and they have invested a lot of time and a lot of money in it over the last few years, and it's getting really, really good. You can Google it. It's a church near you. If you're not on it already, please do make sure your church is on it because it's kind of the number one place that people can go to find um, churches and keep it up to date as well with Christmas services, events, and all of that kind of thing. The other great thing is once you've logged in, you might have heard of of the Church of England's Christmas campaign this year called "Follow the Star, Calm and Bright." All their resources for it are on a church near you, which you can download free of charge. Um, Under the resource hub at the top, you do need to log in. You can get a login very easily. But under the resource hub, you'll see Advent and Christmas 2024. And if you follow these links, it'll take you to all the different bits they have. There's templates for social media, for flyers, for cards. You can download their logos. You can download poster templates. PowerPoint, social media. There is so much in here. There's also music which you can download and use, photos and video bits as well. They also started last year this custom graphic and video generator, which is quite cool, which you're most welcome to give a go. You, in essence, you follow it through and pop in your title, which might whatever that might be, any other information, and press go, and it creates a little nice video for you if you want, without you having to do anything at all. Just some really helpful things to be aware of, and we're going to show you some bits using some of the stuff that they've created, which you can download all from a church near you. I think that's enough on there. Alana, do you want to run through Canva?
Yeah, sure. So I appreciate some of you would have used it before, like you said, Becca, that you've used it. We're just going to run through some basics, start simple, and then if anyone has any questions for either of us, I know you put something in the chat, we can run over it after. But I just thought if we can get the basics down, get a simple design, then it's a good start for you and your churches. So I will just share my screen. So hopefully everyone can see that. So as Will said, we've downloaded the Follow the Star templates from a church near you, and we've also designed a couple of our own at the bottom there, should you want to use them. We'll share them with you after if that's something you're interested in. But I will just start with the basics. So design on the top left is a really handy feature. Actually, we use it quite often as well. You can describe anything that you want a design for. So here we've used the example of a Christmas flyer for a church service, and it comes up with a variety, some good, some not so good, of templates that you can use and edit to put your church's information in, or your parish or benefice or whatever level you're doing the service at. And you simply just click on them, add as a new page, and it will pop up there. And you can obviously change the text by just clicking on it. Similarly to Word, anything like that, it's exactly the same as a text box. Double click, and then you can type in whatever message you would like. So that's the design aspect at the top. Next is elements. So this is from sort of the Microsoft Word example, is your shapes, and also it's similar to clip art, but a lot better range of graphics available. So in here you have your shapes that you can use. So you can either search them or just scroll through, and obviously there's lots there. If you click on one as well, you are able to change the colour of them here. So click on that and you can pick any one of these colours. These are default colours, similarly to Word as well. You can type in the hex number of the colour if you wanted something specific for your church itself. So I'll just delete that one for now. Also in this element section, I mentioned the graphics. So you can search in here for anything you want. We've been searching for snow recently as we've been trying to do some Christmas like things. So that's what's all in our recently used, is all varieties of snow and stars. But these graphics are really nice. They can be really simple, but add an added element to your church service poster. And also it's great if you don't necessarily have high quality photos of your church, then you could use the graphics to just make it feel a bit more related to church rather than just a generic service poster. So next on the left is text box. Like I mentioned earlier, I know this is a whistle stop tour. We can go over anything after. I'm just trying to cover as much as I can. So we have our brand interconnected in this, but you would just see default text styles, add heading, add subheading. You click on there, and then, like we said previously, you can type in anything you would like. Then it just comes up at the top if you wanted to change the font. There's thousands of fonts you can choose from, so it's whatever your preference is. You can change the sizing here. And so similarly, again, text color, bold, italics, etc., all down here. And you just need to click on it once to be able to move it around, and you can drag and drop the corners to change the size of it that way as well as rotating it around if that was something you wanted to do. Next is the brand section. I don't think this would be particularly necessary if you're a small church or parish. You may just have a logo that you use. We ourselves as a diocese have got, you've probably seen our new branding, so we filled all this section in, but I don't think it's necessary on a smaller level. Then there's uploads. So this is where you get your photos, and you can add video in here as well if you'd wanted to. So you go to upload files. It brings up your downloads, or you can go across to documents as well. And then I'll just upload one of Bishop Stephen, and it loads into there. And then to get this onto your screen, you just drag and drop, and there he is in all his glory. And again, similarly, if you wanted to make it smaller or bigger, you can do it that way. To crop it, it's these shapes here on the left and the right. So you can crop it easily like that. And to change the sizing, it's the four corners. So just like that. So that's, yeah, a very quick tour, I appreciate. We'll be able to send these templates to you after this, should you want to use them. We've created a couple of different ones. Our sort of recommendation is, obviously, you want to get as much information on there as possible. You want as much information as possible without saying too much, don't you? It's a really hard balance to get. So I would really recommend keeping your posters simple, and then elaborating on it if you're using these posters on social media, elaborating on it in the caption. So people's attention is caught quickly by the poster, and then they can find more information above it or underneath. We've also added ones here with this frame, which is again for photos to be dragged and dropped into, like so, and that can personalize it per church or per parish as you may like. Just that. To get one of those frames, I'll just show you how to do that quickly, and then I'll open it up to questions for Will and I. In Elements, again, if you search frame, then you can have any shape frame, and you can drop a photo in it. So it may be appropriate for Christmas to have a star shape, and you have your church or whatever you would like in it. So I'll stop talking because I realise I've gone through it very quickly. But yeah, please feel free to ask Will and I any questions that you have, and I'll happily talk through anything else you'd like to know on Canva or just about design in general.
Ilana and Zoe, with your question, kind of depends what you want to do. So, well, we've got the pro account, as they call it, which you got for free, because being if you have a charity number, I believe you can do it with gift aid number as well. You can get Canva for free. So the whole Canva package for free. Which is straightforward to do. They call it Canva non-for-profits, which gives you the full all the stuff you get with it, which you would normally pay a fair bit of money for free. All you need is a charity number. I think you can do gift aid number. I was researching it yesterday, and it looks like you can. Um, it, they also said if you have any issues to get in contact through the different channels and through social media, and they'll be able to address that. So that's just something worth doing. But if you want to, yes, so yes, you will have to upload your church logo as a file, probably as PNG or JPEG, so the two kind of main image formats. Um, they can go straight on. Um, if you have the professional account, you can create a brand kit, so it all goes into one bit, and it's nice and easy to use. And when you update it, it will do it all for you. Or you can just do it like Alana did there. It will work totally fine.
I'll also just run over quickly. Should you not want to use our templates, which is absolutely fine, we won't be offended by that. I'll just show you how to set up a new design from scratch quickly. So I'll just share my screen. So when you log into Canva, this is what you'll see. And it's designed so that it's really easy to choose what type of thing you want to design. So these are our most common ones here: Instagram story, Instagram post, etc. But say you wanted a poster, you can type it into the top, and say I want an A4, click search, and you can go through their templates that way. Or if you wanted to create a plain design, you can click create and then select the one you would like on there. Yeah. But yeah, any more questions?
Echo with your question again. I know Alana mentioned it briefly. Oh, she's disappeared. But sort of in terms of yeah, what you put on, pictures are always good. People like pictures. So do that. Um, we I made one not that long ago, which was we're advertising a Call the Midwife event at the moment, and sort of there's quite a lot of wording which they wanted on there. So sort of being aware of actually we need to get all this wording on, but actually how do we still make it look good? So for that one. I just ended up popping a picture right at the very top and having the wording underneath, and tried to make it a little bit. I think I put a curved line under it, nothing fancy, um, but just trying to think of ways how you maximize the space you have without overcrowding it. So you don't want to put, if you've got a picture of a person on it, you don't want to then put the text over their face because you're not going to be able to see the person or read the text. So actually, just thinking about is there a creative way of doing it? And if you Google sort of posters with a lot of words on, and actually and try and find ones which you think look good, replicate it. Sort of you use that for inspiration and go, well, that's how they've done it. Can I work out how to do it? And actually, the Canva frames are really good at allowing you to put pictures in certain shapes. You have the other elements on there, as Alana said, and you can change their colours. So most of what you find online if you have the time to do it, you can kind of make it your own way. But Canva also have quite a lot of templates. So as Evelyn said, some of them are great, some of them are maybe less so good, and you think, who on earth thought that looked good? But they are all up there, ready to go. Can you put music on? Is there a bank of to use music on Canva? There is some free to use music on Canva. I've never looked at it, so I don't know the quality of it if I'm honest. Because if we're doing that kind of thing, we're normally doing it through video editing, so we use other software for that. There is a lot of free free music you can find online. Just make sure it's copyright free, and you have permission to use it. Otherwise, you can get sort of hit quite hard for it, and we don't want anyone doing that. But
And there is music on a
church,
church near you
yeah,
as well. You can use copyright free. You can upload it onto Canva, and then say we're making a social media post and had the poster and wanted some music underneath it to sort of bring it to life a bit, you can do that under uploads in the same place that I uploaded the picture. You can upload audio and drag and drop it similarly how I did with the picture as well.
Yeah, I think the music Canva has it inbuilt to it. You might have to have a pro account to use.
Mm.
I just seen the question of what documents do you need? You don't need any. You just need the number, and they'll check it. And occasionally they don't come back, in which case chase them up. Um, we can try and help a little bit, but I don't know if they'll listen much more to us. But do chase them. The other place which music which I often go to is on YouTube. There's a thing called Audio Library. So YouTube has its own audio library. Um, Built into the back end of it, where you can find and download music under YouTube Studio. But there's also a channel called Audio Library, and they've got tons of bits of music on which are royalty free and free to use. You normally just have to um, give recognition for it, but that's fine. The question, is everything on Canva okay to use in terms of copyright, whether basic or pro? We don't need, no, it's all fine. It's all free to, it's all good to use. That's absolutely fine. Um, yeah, anything on there has been put there for you to use, so don't worry about it. It's only if you go and upload bits. Where do you enter the charity number? Let me just go and find. Bear with me a moment.
Also, there is a lot of YouTube tutorials. So I would admit we both still use YouTube quite a bit to find out how to do things or to solve problems. But of course, we're happy to help with anything as well. Um, just let us know if you need inspiration. We'll try and find it, or you're just confused about something. Please do let us know. I'll pop in our email here, but just so you have it easily.
I think the Church of England did a couple of webinars on it a few years ago. I haven't got them to hand, but I'm pretty sure they did. So I should be able to find that. Let me just show you this. The Canva for non-profit. Hopefully that's popping up on your screens right now. Um, if you Google Canva for non-for-profit, or for non-profit as it's actually called, click that first link, then the purple apply button. It might make you log in if you haven't logged in already. I already am. If you press, you'll get this little pop-up thing, which just tells you a little bit more about it. Get started. You can choose your organization. Um, I think just registered non-profit organization is probably fine. Choose the country in, hopefully United Kingdom. Um, search organization name or ID. That's where you put that number. Now, if you put that number in, it should come up with you there, and you follow it through from that point. If you have issues at that point, that's when I would also email them. And you might want to anything you've got which you can just back up. Obviously, nothing confidential, but anything you've got which you can just use to back up your who you are. And this is the organisation I'm a part of, and here's what we do. Send it over to them, and I'm pretty sure I've heard of stories of people getting through that way. Um, there's also a Facebook group called Canva for Church, which isn't from Canva themselves, but they do some really good stuff around inspiration around design. People ask questions about how do I do this, that, or the other, or I'm trying to get my non-for-profit thing and it's not coming through. So do go on that Facebook group. I'm on it, and the stuff is going through all of the time. Often people saying, "What do you think of this?" And again, some of it's good, some of it's not, but anything's helpful in just shaping your thinking around that.
That's super. Thanks very much, Will. And
No worries.
I picked up loads of useful stuff, which I now need to go and actually do.
Right. Go for it. Go for it. And as Alana said, we're here to help. So where we can answer questions, we will. And
Thank you.
we're always happy to do that. Is
It's
are
also
there any
it's
other?
trial and error as well. Like we You know, I've only used Canva for the last couple of years since working here. Sort of, yeah, it's one of those things that if you get 5 minutes spare, which I know are rare, it's great to just play around when you're not needing to use it for anything. Play around and see what you can come up with.
Absolutely. And give things a go. Sort of sometimes I'll keep track of how many different versions of things I've done. Sort of I keep it all in one project, as they call it there. And sort of by the time we get to the finished thing, there'll be like 15 different versions. And sort of like that's okay. And sort of yeah, just play around and get creative with it and try things out. And the great thing with Canva is there is a lot out there, and because churches use it quite a lot. There are quite a lot of churchy things on there as well, which is all really positive.
Mm.
Great. Are there any other questions whilst we're still here?
No, thank you for all those links though. That's great.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
thank you.
Well, yeah, as I say, do
Thanks.
drop us a message if you need anything. Yeah, and we'll do our best to help.
And if
you.
everyone's happy for us to, we'll send those links after to you all in an email, so you've got them easily accessible.
Yes.
And Will can pop in about the a screenshot about the charity number as well. And this has been recorded, so it will go onto our YouTube too, so you can go back and watch me yap on as as many times as you like.
Thanks ever so much. It's really, really useful. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
for
Thank you for
coming.
your time.
Cheerio. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.